If you want to save money on your trading card purchases, we have a promo link over at 50cards.shop. Enter the promo code @night to get 5% off your order. Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard podcast. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And this week we're going Masque Off. And that's not a thing. Oh, God. Oh, that was very youth pastor of me, wasn't it? No. So Bushiroad revealed something called Masque of Hydrangin, something. This thing.
Just making up words, but I understand.
Yeah. Hydrodrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So much like, so this is tying into the whole dragon tree thing. So if you want to learn more about that, listen to our set review for DBT09. And it's a normal order. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose a unit card with dragon tree or mask in its card name from among it. Reveal it, put it into your hand and shuffle. And then act in drop. If you have a grade 3 Vanguard with mask in its card name, reveal a grade 3 card with mask in your hand and ride the card revealed for this cost as stand. If you rode, put this card into the soul. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater and you did not Persona Ride this turn, activate Persona Ride.
I see. So they want you to ride some Zorga and then use this to ride Mask.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because the first mask they revealed was teasing spiritualist Zorga mask, which one of you want to take this?
Sure. So it starts with a continuous ability. This card can only be ridden from a grade 3 with Zorga in its card name, so you have to ride from a different Zorga. And when you would play a normal order, you can bind an order for your drop and Alchemagic, so familiar skill.
Yeah. And
if you Alchemagic this turn, all your front row get power plus 10,000. So it's now just better than the old one, I think. I think this just clears the other one, but of course you have to ride up from one of the old ones.
Yeah.
And then an act on Vanguard, you can remove a card with Zorga in its card name that's different from this unit from your hand, soul, or drop. Remove. Choose a card in your drop, call it to rear if it's a unit card, and then put it in your hand if it's a normal order. So you can trade out, you can banish Zorgas to other Zorgas to grab cards, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeesh. So this does require you playing a different Zorga in your ride deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in order to not be a turn behind, you need to play the mask.
Okay.
And you need to draw this and the mask.
Oh my God.
And you need to find your board as well. And your other orders. And you only get one order a turn, right?
Yep.
Which means if you're doing the mask, does it play from the drop? Does that count as playing the order from drop? Or is that just like an effect in drop zone? It's just an act in drop zone. Okay, so you can still play an order at the same turn.
Yeah, so you can put this in the drop artificially and then just do the thing.
Right. But if this card's like stuck in your hand for some reason, you draw it late or something, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah. And then be like, all right, check top 5. I'm going to Alchemagic this and then look at top 5 for a Persona Ride or whatever.
Now, this does have quite a bit of payoff. You are getting, if you're going second, you get immediate Persona Ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you Alchemagic, you're getting another 10k, so that's 20k to your front row.
Yeah.
And if you're going first, you still get plus 10 to your front row, right? From its own ability, assuming you have a way to Alchemagic. The issue with this card is you do need to find a lot of pieces.
Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so Roaming Prison Dragon, the thing that calls back every turn and then has a crit on it. With Zorga being a 3 attack deck, which we'll get to that in a second, but Zorga being a 3 attack deck, that was your main way to put on pressure. And most of the time it'd be okay, well, it's 20k and a crit. This at least makes that a little more oomfish, right? It's hitting for 30 or 40 with a crit. Mm-hmm. So I'll give you that. But yeah, like you said, very piece reliant, and this ain't Grand Blue. You can't mill 10 and then set your drop up.
Yeah, and for 3 attacks, Like even at this power, I just think you can just play Ava or something instead. Like I don't really see there's a reason to play. Like Ava is still incredibly strong, even post Chrono Jet. And like the deck just has mostly everything, assuming you have all the proper promos.
Right. Actually, come to think of it, when you compare decks to each other, do you look at it on like a game-wide scale where you're like, this deck is just objectively better, even though it does something different gameplay-wise? Or like, where's the line for you?
For me, usually I can only really say if decks are better than the other if they kind of line up at least in some axis.
Okay.
Like Ava doesn't make 20 million attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Ava has quite good power, quite good defense. Like
deals with orders, which I think is another thing.
That's true. They also deal with orders, and Ava just needs to find a couple of them. Where Zorga needs to find, well, you need to mill the mask, or at least get it and drop somehow. You need to find 2 more orders somewhere, one in your hand, one in your drop, right? It's just like, and then you need a board. That's not garbage.
And like roaming prison dragon calls itself, but like still.
Yeah, but like that's not enough on its own.
Yeah.
And like this isn't even to say, well, we'll get to this in a second, I guess, but like needing to run specific cards that enable a way to get 4 attacks that are also you need to see in the proper sequence.
In the proper sequence. And you got to run another set of Zorgas where, like, before it was just you ran your ride line. You didn't need to run the blue and the red Zorga. You just ran the red one. Right?
It might be better just to treat its third effect as a once per duel. Honestly. And just not play any more Zorgas than you have to. Maybe you put 1 in your deck just to randomly do it a second time. But it's not the effect that I would focus on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But like, how many masks are you supposed to play?
3.
You know what I'm saying? Like you only want to see 1.
Yeah.
Right? Can you mill it? Like, is there a way to mill it by choice? Like, where's Foolish Burial?
And the Grammy for
Stoicheia unit that can put things in drop zone
goes to
Shadow Cloak. Shadow Cloak.
It actually goes to Nelly. Nelly.
I'm sure that, like, Zorda players who we've been making fun of for 3 years now, sound off.
No, don't. Zorga profile, please stay away.
I'm serious. For people who play Zorda, like, what are we missing here? Because I feel like it's not like they're doing this and then being like, this is perfect, even though we haven't given it the tools. I feel like they gave it tools, they were just insufficient.
Yeah, I think this card reads well. I just don't think the complete collection. I think it's going to be really bricky. And some people I know have been testing this already, and it is a little bricky, at least with the reveals we have so far.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? You just need a lot of stuff, like a lot.
I think that's what bothers me the most. Yeah, is the like you need so many pieces for it to work, and then like as soon as I hear the phrase 3-card combo, I'm out. You know.
Well, especially with none of them being searchable, right?
Yeah. If they search each other, fine, whatever. But if it's like I need to draw these 2 so I can get the third, and just don't.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the card is like I think it. If the other cards connected better, I would like this card a lot more. I think this is the best version of Zorga we've had. This one actually feels like an upgrade instead of Red Zorga, where it was kind of like just different.
Yeah.
But it's not I don't think it's as good as the other decks that are available.
So far as I can tell, it seems like this is the new like reverse phenomenon where a lot like other units are supposed to pick up the mask, and then from a lore standpoint, which we don't care about lore, go to Gleaming Garmore's channel for that. But I don't know what other units are going to have it. There's rumors that Ava or Youthberg are going to get it, but
It's not just going to be alternate ride lines. It's only going to be Zorga and then random other things.
Yeah, I guess, or like there's going to be.
All right, but imagine Masque Eugene.
I know you say that like you're joking, but honestly, that would help. I think
it'd be sick.
It would be pretty fun.
Could you imagine like riding Eugene, using his act, and then activating some masks to like ride over that Eugene? That would be sick.
Yeah. Activate your persona ride, and then it
They should
stands
do
itself and rear darts. Why not? Eugene needs the help.
I think
bless
I
it.
think a mask
Yeah.
Eugene could be sick. They should do it. They should ship it right now.
Mhm.
I'm calling Bushiroad. Hold on.
There's rumors that you're the Bushi spy on this show. So
Really, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
I know, like, what if it's Atlas? I'm like, if I was the Bushi spy, the OT would have been banned, V Premium wouldn't be a thing, and there'd be a big belly.
Why am I the Bushi spy?
Because you're the like most low key, right?
I guess. I would think Root Beer's the Bushi spy. He's not even saying anything to this discussion.
I don't know. 12
He's definitely not playing Master Duel right now.
What are you playing in Master Duel?
Heroes, because I hate myself.
Fair enough. Maybe you draw from Destiny.
Get up that ladder. Yeah, not really much to say about this because, like, again, this is just a reveal in a set. We're going to talk about it when we get to the set review.
I mean,
however many months from now, but
I mean, we had a lot. I think we had a fair amount to say about it. But
Yeah.
as of now, I'm not completely sold on this card. Hopefully, some of the reveals can maybe tie some of the stuff together. Big doubt.
Mhm. Yeah.
But something that foolish burials and order really important here.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting a lot of like what or the orders in general. Like I kind of have to sit down and just look at them and see, because I'm sure there's like either a Zorga related unit or something that's like, all right, just send an order from deck to grave, draw one. Like that would be great.
That would be too good.
It's Zorga. I think they can have a too good.
No. They can't. They don't deserve it.
So they can be made fun of while simultaneously
That's
not
correct.
deserving anything.
Yeah. Once the people with Zorga profile pick stop being weird on Twitter, they can have good cards.
Fascist. Okay, whatever.
What?
Your enemy is simultaneously too strong and too weak.
No, they're just weird on Twitter.
Okay. All right.
I'm not. This is just fact.
Yeah. I don't really have much else to say about this. There is something I did find out about this week.
Oh yeah.
So last week we talked about the history collection reveal with the with Divine Knight of whatever it is, Gobblade, being eroded so it works with the old Striders.
Right.
And there was a new. This is technically a rumor, so grain of salt. But the rumor is that Gobblade's superior stride ability, where it says discard cards equaling grade 3 or more to stride this in main phase, only works with actual cards equaling grade 3. Therefore, you can't use things like stride crits or stride fodders to use for cost, because it's not technically striding as a mechanic, it's striding from an effect.
That's true. Huh.
The way I had it described to me is, imagine the card Instant Fusion in Yu-Gi-Oh, where you're getting a fusion monster, but it's not through a fusion summon.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting your stride, but it's not through the stride mechanic. And then I think that this does good things to the balancing of that effect for the game.
You now have to play enough grade 3s to be able to find one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't use stride crits, you can't use stride fodder.
Yeah.
You have to legitly find a grade 3.
You also, if you're going to run a low amount of the striders, want to keep the stride fodders so that you can search the correct one.
That's true.
So you're in a bit of a pickle.
Hmm.
The argument for that's not the case is it uses the same symbol where it's got a little wheel looking thing.
Yeah.
And it's got mostly the same language, but we'll find out. I emailed Bushiroad and they were basically like, just freaking wait.
You know what? Fair enough. Look, I can't be mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because You know, they could like show the stride fodders that are ratted so that it like works with these specific abilities.
Yeah.
And whatever. Like it could just be like, yeah, these also work with activated abilities that cause stride. They could easily fix it. Like so,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fair. Like if it's especially like to entertain a question of something that's this like this, I think it's fair to be like, you can just chill.
I know for something like Burning Horn Dragon for Kagero, if it's discarded for anything, it can be a grade 3, which means that does work because you're just doing whatever. God help whoever is trying to make a Blade Master work in 2023 premium. But
you got to play the OG Blade Master too. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't play.
No vision
Cohen
token.
was the good one.
Wait, can you just play the V one?
No, because then
then you get a gift.
Right. Yeah.
Now, if you're running Blade Master as a deck, and you can go, all right, I can splash in the old one, and then use it for the vision.
But
token.
the Kagero on hit strides, whatever, right?
Yeah, it's just kill something.
Yeah, that's trash. I wouldn't even worry about it. Just keep doing whatever people were doing before.
Yeah, it's important to remember that like a lot of these old on hit strides that are now end of battle are like very non-consequential effects for a lot of stuff.
That's why I like the Murakuma one, because it like feels like it matters.
What, where you clone 2 things?
Because you have 4 Excel circles.
Yeah.
Or 2 Excel circles, sorry. So you have 4 front row spots. So it could matter.
So
premium Yasue weasels get hype.
Yeah, okay. Premium Yasue was already funny enough, but weasels too.
Yeah, I mean, why not? They all pump each other up.
Yeah. Weasels, it's just the one from Ned's Declassified.
Sure.
Yeah.
Weasels get hype.
I think it does, like for the people who are freaking out because they were going, all right, they're striding on you while you're on grade 2. Oh my God, 2 gifts, blah, blah, blah. The strides aren't that great, and then having this as a balancing mechanic means that they may have to like overcommit to even get their 2 gifts, right? Where you're like, I just have the 1, I have to like struggle stride on turn 2, which may
would be unfortunate.
Which may leave them destitute, and then that crackback just hits harder than it did before. Rootbeer, do you have anything to say about this, or are you going to play Master Duel the whole time?
I mean, I don't actually have a lot to say about it.
Okay.
It really is just like, as far as the stride effect goes, it really is just like wait and see. And as far as like whether or not they're good or bad, I think some of them are like good, obviously. Like the Murakuma one seems like it has legs. I think Brave has potential. But also like just because something is not necessarily broken, like in practice, doesn't mean it's not like weird or annoying on principle still.
Yeah. I think the Heart Thumb clones that are now buffed, where they have 10k power and are a draw trigger on damage, are gonna do a lot for the game too. And I think we kind of overlooked it in the original episode, and it wasn't until I started like testing it and realizing how much it's just having 4 extra draw triggers for damage helps defensively.
Yeah.
And you do lose out on the shove and draw effect if you're not playing the Strider, which some decks aren't going to. But
if you have any strides with that name, you're not actually losing out on it.
Yeah. And like half the time you're not even calling your triggers anyways. It's still a 15k shield in hand.
Yeah.
Like I think you actually just lose nothing by playing them if you have the space for it.
Yeah. And then also the other thing to consider is if you are a clan that runs the Sentinel crits, they share the name, so you gotta consider that. Like Dark Irregulars, I think, is an example where you run Sentinel crits because you're getting protect gifts anyway, and so like wanting to get rid of that for these probably isn't a great idea. Just keep the Sentinel crits. I think. I don't know. Anything else to add or what?
Not really. There's not a lot going on this week. Like,
I know.
as far as the mask thing goes, like, we're really just trying to wait and see if they actually have what other mask cards are going to be released, because it looks like a lot of the commons they've revealed so far has been focused on Dragon Tree stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, like, obviously the Dragon Tree itself, but the Dragon Tree markers also specifies mask cards, which means there's obviously going to be more of them. So I'm
Mhm.
curious to see, like, what mask archetypes we're gonna get.
And which ride lines are going to get corrupted.
I really want Mask Eugene. I think it'd be sick.
I want to see. Okay, Masque Eugene or
Oh, well, I guess Leonorn is an obvious one, and we're probably gonna get Drajuled too, because they were beaten in the anime.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm not watching it, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh.
Oh, that means we're not getting Eugene for sure. Who's
Well,
the
'cause
new Kagero thing? Oh, Basagra, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if she's like featured in the anime so far for
I
this
could
season.
not tell you.
Yeah, neither could I. I haven't been paying attention. I just remember that like Uruha and I forget what the guy who's Michu, I think, or no, that what the fuck was his name that played your jewel? It was like something close to that, but
I
yeah,
couldn't
like
tell
they
you.
both got beaten by the Dragon Tree, and we're probably being corrupted. So like we're probably gonna see those two as mask cards.
Damn, it literally is reverse.
Yeah,
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed Reverse in its heyday. Like the locking was mostly ancillary to what the effects were. So we'll see. I think the mask part is harder to like thematically use across all the things though. You can't be like, all right, the face down card, that's
Mm-hmm.
not real or whatever.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess I'll just finish the episode off with talking about testing for this. Because like, okay, well, first off, I'm not doing V Premium BRO because I got wedding planning stuff this week.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
And then I just don't want to play V.
Wait, BRO is this weekend?
For V, yes.
Just for V. Yeah, they're spreading them out this year.
Gotcha.
But they also just
did-
like randomly decided that this week or the V weekend is going to be way before all the other ones.
Yeah, it's like August and then November or something. Like just something
Yeah.
wacky like that.
Like I have no idea why this is in March. Or yeah, March. It's March.
Mhm.
I have lost all sense of time, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't blame you. But yeah, so not doing BRO, and then I mostly just been playing like testing Alt Mile. I'm waiting
Mhm.
for my Gaia cards to come in the mail so I can start testing that. But the Alt Mile stuff has been great. The only thing that I didn't really do well against was Richard doing Gold Paladin with Gurgit. With that, funny enough.
Makes sense.
But it did well against Grand Blue, Shadows, and Genesis. So,
All right.
yeah,
Sounds good.
Shadows was Luard. Genesis was Chris doing Fenrir,
Mm-hmm.
and then Grand Blue is just regular ass Grand Blue that you'd run into in a tournament.
Yeah.
Um,
Seems normal.
Also, that was before I learned the thing about the grade 3 stuff.
Yeah.
So,
It is definitely kind of weird.
yes. So I just take that into consideration and move on into your lives. I'm pretty much out of steam here. So yeah, thanks
Dang.
for thanks for listening. Thanks to our $10 patrons, Darren, Cole, Josh, Jeremy, GR, and Ali. Support the show, patreon.com/Nexus at Night. At Nexus at Night on Twitter, Instagram. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, did we even have Steam to begin with? We were really stretched for ideas this episode.
I mean,
We only
you
talked
can...
about the mask because it was there.
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Well, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, some feast or famine weeks or whatever. Yeah, merch, playmats. How about the rest of us?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggums, 2Gs, 2Cs.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse.
Find me at Atlas Novak on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, doing short form sketches. I'm going to go film one after this. Just Katie's asleep already, so that's good. And then follow my other podcast at Generation Dan, Twitter, or Generation_Dan on Instagram. And this week we have an episode of Drew Landry talking about conspiracy theories. So that's out by the time you hear this. Thanks everybody for listening. And until next time, I was Atlas.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And have a good night, everybody.